Hey everyone, welcome to another video, Paint with Rick. This video is gonna be about making these cool clouds. It's a different way. I don't think I've showed you this technique yet. But I put some painter's tape across here to get a nice straight line on our horizon from the sky and the ground. Uh, we got to start with our sky because the video's more about clouds. So I use my bristle brushes and linseed oil because I use a dry canvas. I just get my brush, I saturate it with linseed oil, and I'm going to grab some blue. I'm using ultramarine blue. Uh, I put a little bit of white in it to tone it down a bit. But let's get our sky put up here with blue. Just paint it up there loosely. The linseed oil helps the paint move on the canvas, okay? If you didn't use the linseed oil, you'd have a hard time filling this in like I just did. That's why Bob Ross, he'll have you paint white on your canvas before you start. Then you don't have to use linseed oil. But once we get our color down, you don't need to use as much linseed oil. So I'm going to put some darker uh, ultramarine blue in my corners. So blue is straight out of the tube up here in the corners. Let's just put a little darker color in our corners here. I'm going to show you a cool way to make the clouds. But we have to get our sky up there first before we do that. All right, so there's our blue. Now let's take the same brush and dip it in some linseed oil and get some titanium white on it. And pick up some of this blue that you have up there already. And let's bring it down to the tape. That's our horizon there. Titanium white. Bring it down to the tape. And very good. Now we're almost ready for clouds. Let's put a little titanium white here where I missed with the blue. Just a little white here. And up in here. Maybe up at the top. All right, now with the same brush that you used to put all that color up there, just wipe it off with a paper towel. Just wipe it off and come up here and let's blend it now. Blend it in. Blend your darker colors first, like the blue, and then wipe your brush off, and then now hit your white spots. These white spots already kind of look like distance clouds, but I'm going to show you a different way to make clouds. So, all right, here we go. We can get started. I'm going to use a 1/2-inch chip brush. Let me see if this one's still good. No, it's hard, so I throw it out. I forgot to clean it. Here we go. Here's a 1/2-inch chip brush. It's also called a bristle brush, okay? Similar to the Bob Ross brushes. They're bristles, so good for oil painting. All right, so we're going to tap the brush into linseed oil and fill it up with titanium white. We want that brush kind of wet, okay? So these clouds that I'm going to do, we're going to stamp them in, okay? I call it stamping in. So let's start down here at the horizon, and let's just stamp in like the top of a cloud here, okay? Get some more paint. You're just stamping in the top part of a cloud, okay? Stamp it in there really good. Let's do another cloud. I got to get some more linseed oil. Here's the linseed oil I use. It's made by a Gamblin. Whoops, just dropped it. This stuff's pretty good. I like it because it's an oil, so it makes it mixes good with oil paint. That's what I like about it. Good thing I have a paper. All right, so let's do another cloud here. Let's bring one right above that one. Just stamp this in. Just stamp it right into the canvas. Let's do some more. Get some more titanium white on there. Let's run one over here on the side. All right, that's enough clouds for now. We'll add some more here in a second. But now wipe your brush off. Instead of pulling these down like I usually do, I usually pull them down and then blend them. What we're going to do is actually, with a clean brush, wipe your brush off, come up here and start stamping your cloud, and then you're going to get lower and lower each time, okay? Bring that white down, stamp it into the blue color underneath, okay? Just keep coming down, stamp it in. Let's do this one up here. Try and stamp it into the, let it blend with the blue underneath, okay? Just keep working it in there till you get a nice look on your cloud. Just like that, this one here. Stamp it in. Try and leave the top part white. Don't hit the top part of your cloud. Stamp it in just like that. Wipe your brush off occasionally and get some of the paint off the brush, okay? There we go. Let's see how that looks in the frame. Not bad. Well, there's some easy clouds to do. I know when Bob Ross does them, he makes you twirl your brush. This, you just got to stamp it in. A lot easier. Now what we're going to do is, let's blend that. Let's get a blender brush. I'm just going to use the brush I used to put the blue up. I'm just going to wipe it off pretty good. And use this. And what I'm going to do is lightly hit at the bottom of the cloud. Just where the cloud is coming into the sky. Lightly blend this in. Okay. Don't get too high into the cloud. Just at the bottom where the sky and the clouds are meeting. You want to get a little light blend on that bottom part. Not so much up in the top area. Just like that. Over here, just at the bottom. Very good. Looks good. Now with your brush, you can come in here and stamp the top of your clouds to get a nice finished look on the top of your clouds. Try and do it very lightly so the white stays on the top of the cloud, okay? Some spots you don't have to do it because it already looks finished. So see how that looks. Not bad. I like it. That's an easy way to make clouds. if you leave your corners dark, you get this nice contrast. You see? Let's take the tape off now, see what we got. Very good. All right, let's, I don't know what I was going to do here. Let's just put water here and some grass down here and see what happens, see what it looks like. So now we'll just run with your brush, let's run some water down here. We'll use the white and a little bit of your blue color. Okay, we want a very light blue down here in the water. Very light. Got a bristle brush in there. Run some water down here. You can even put gray in here if you wanted to. Get some more paint, more white. We'll run it right up to that line there. Try not to ruin your edge you got there. Very good. That looks good. All right, let's bring our water down a little more. We'll put some bushes down here, maybe a few trees.